I want to miss with the A swing. And if I take a swing that's not the A swing, I want to just check out, reset, take a few good A swings, oh, that's what I want, and get back in and go through the ball. But the thing is being able to trust.
Yeah.
Because we feel blown up, we're going to try and make an adjustment up, and the adjustments we're going to make will not work for us because they're bad adjustments. And you felt that one, right?
Yeah. One that hit forward, like, and just from watching, but that hit forward, as a guy who always felt like I had to kind of feel engaged in here and strong in here, like the hit forward was, I had to think about it to get it back there. Otherwise, if I just got in there right now, I'd be like
Stuck.
sitting in it.
So you see what I call stuck?
Yeah.
Yeah. The minute you did that, look how more athletic your body got.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people talk about hinges and coils and all this other stuff, and you realize once again, I start disconnecting fast from any conversation because that is going to cause my hitters to stick. It is going to get in the way of timing, and it's going to impede their ability to get to a good position to hit. So some hitters do things differently, but I think people look at pictures and they see something happening, and they don't realize some of the moves we make athletically aren't conscious. It's just the fact that when we're moving right, we see that happen in our body. Perhaps some people actually fabricate it because every hitter's not the same, you know? But if we put ourselves in a bad position and we make bad moves, we're going to pay for it. But what's important is that we're now being able to apply what I think is legitimate science and movement that I think make a lot more sense than just result data. Does that make sense what I'm saying? I like the idea of kind of pre-engaging or warming up everything to work right. And we will continue to work on different modalities here at the Ballyard to see what we can do that maybe will actually work, because hitting uses a lot of muscles. So we want to try and figure, are there things we can do? Now then the flip side comes, does that work for Garrett, and does it work for Doug, and does it work for JP? Hopefully. We know it won't work for Cass, but what we want to be able to do is keep evolving. So I'm excited. Okay, think of all the guys that were here yesterday. Think of all the guys here today. Actually, the guys here today got a little bit more, you know. But how far can you start applying this stuff? So once again, Matt, how much farther can you start applying some of this stuff? And is it going to be fun?
Yeah, way more fun than not having an answer and grinding.
Yeah, and that's what we've been teaching for 100 years. Grind, get stronger, grind some more, you know? And now we've got the opportunity to really start, again, pushing it the right direction. Not with, you know, the kind of stuff I see on social media. Not with the stuff I see writers trying to explain how to hit. Not with a lot of stuff that we've heard for years. But now we've got an opportunity to really make a difference. You know, kind of fun, huh? What do you guys think of Slider Machine?
Exciting.
Yeah. I'm
The
trying
go.
to think. Yes,
The
go.
go helps. Then the first time you tell your kids to swing and miss, they're gonna look at you like you're nuts. Like they're like, what? Because they won't be able to. They'll almost hit it. Like they'll hit it almost every time.
Not 100 miles an hour. They're not going to hit it.
No, but they'll like foul it off
Yeah.
or clip it, and they'll be like, I didn't even try to hit it. But you'll say it's human nature. But then you heard it from him, was it AAA? Did he make it to the big leagues?
No, never got.
But I mean, a high level guy, and he was like, man, after the first round, it's like I actually started seeing that, and I was able to spit on the slider down, and I mean that's just.
And we talked about conditioning, how the body works. You saw him go back 6 or 7 years when he was to an active player, and the old instincts took over. Oh, I got you. You see? I mean, we don't. The good stuff doesn't leave us. You know, it just kind of gets buried and out. It's like when we don't swing a bat for a while. We're going to start using our body. We're going to start doing things that are lazy, because I think the spin is a lazy move actually. Because as part of hitting, there is a little bit of force involved, and there's restriction, and we have to work through resistance, right? So the one thing I tell players, there's never a point where we're not going to swing a bat a little bit. Just kind of keep feels. Because we put it down, the old days when I was a kid, they say, you know, August comes after you're done with summer ball, you know, put the bat and the glove in the closet and go to the beach and you know, we'll pick it back up September when we get back to college. But the reality was we should have stayed viable. What's it hurt us to swing the bat a little bit? You know, and as I've talked about, as we get in a point, but every swing we take has got to be with an idea of where's my A swing at? Stay with the A swing, stay with the idea of the A swing, stay within the realm of the A swing, just to kind of keep the body doing things. And you're going to watch, and you remember now when guys were talking about hitting, how many guys talked about hitting with their front hand going, I remember this, I remember this. See what my hand's doing? So if you notice me, I try to make sure I'm doing what? Because human nature, I might make this move, but my hitters are looking at me, and they're seeing this. So what are they thinking? This. So I try to be as concise and direct as I can, and just feel. Okay? So, let's see. Tap drill.
You want me to do it?
He was a newcomer. Actually, Toby was there when JT first came in, and there was a day when we went to tap drill, and JT was really struggling with it. And, you know, Bert goes, let me show you. It's like, bam, 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 bam. You know, nails it, because he'd done it. And the next day, JT came in. I'm like, okay, what do you want to start? He goes, oh, tap drill. I'm like, okay. And do you know what he did? Bam, 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 because I know what he did. He went home and said, right? Because the company of Flair is like, come on now. But that shows you the dedication. Again, how many guys went home last night and practiced moves? How many guys went and looked up what snakes do in the freaking encyclopedia? Right?
Well played. I should have moved that first.
Oh,
Sorry.
I got it.
You want me to fold or here and then?
Once you go 50-50 taps, it's been a while since you swung a bat.
Hey Doug, with this one, you're using a light bat,
Yeah.
full length.
These are light bats. These are
Do-
8 ounces under, so they don't put as much weight pressure on any of the systems.
Do you like short bat for this?
Not really. I like the feel of length. Some guys like a short bat. I just like the length.
Okay.
Because that's more realistic. Go.
Oh,
Yep. Okay. Make the move. Feel it. Go. Go. There you go. Again. Now 50-50. Here we go again. Go. Go. So, just understood why JT went, what the heck? Okay, now one of the things I like to do, yeah. One thing, because our eyes start working, I got to do this rather than that. One of the things I like to do in any drill is, a lot of people do like a flat foot drill or you know, any other drill. I want us to move into position for that drill because I want to try and make sure I've got that potential kinetic energy because I want the body to feel the sequence. I want to feel that energy rather than get here and just start doing this because suddenly this is a different move than this. This is pretty close to what I might work. So I'm just trying to like tighten everything up as much as I can. Ready?
yeah. I'd like to hit some.
Go. Yay, see? Go. Good. Okay, so that's what we call a tap drill. And you can do it from either the 50-50, which we call, you know, where we're going to trigger position. We can do it this way, or we can actually do it live. It just depends. I don't like to do a lot of front side work. And can anybody tell me why I don't like to do front side work? Because I do not want the front side to start working. It already probably, in most of the cases, I may not use this drill for a player who's got a big backside problem. I wouldn't use it for you. Because again, that front side's already kind of in control. So I want to use this only when it's kind of learned to deactivate, you know? So you have to be kind of, you have to kind of look at your hitters and kind of find out where they're at to figure what drills you want to do. If you see a hitter doing a drill and something's breaking down, stop, go do something else. One hitter might be able to pull it off, it doesn't work for another hitter, stop. If it's not doing what you want to see the body do, I don't give a rat about the result. If the body's not moving right, stop, let's find something else to do, or redirect attention to another
So
area.
if that drill isn't made to deactivate this,
Some people would can like, okay, I feel that. It shouldn't, in the ideal world, it'd be, okay, this is what it's supposed to do. But what you wind up happening is, instead of, what I talk about it being is pretty much elbow out, hand underneath.
right?
Elbow out, hand underneath. But what it becomes is shoulder pull elbow. See the difference? So unless I can articulate here, and that shoulder still wants to pull up, I'm going to wait till that shoulder just is a little bit out of it in most cases for hitters.
I've seen you do that with righty-lefty combos.
All the time.
Like, I mean, explain, I kind of have an idea of why, but will you explain the reasoning? Like, because I don't know if deactivating is the right way to
Yeah.
put it. It's more, I think it's more so like,
Awareness?
yeah, like training like it's almost just like a guide. Your front arm is just kind of a guide.
Yeah, and for the righty-lefty, everything's built for this move. Most of them are all front side dominant not because of the front side move, they're front side dominant. So righty-lefties have that, a little bit things working against them because their top hand will never be quite as strong as their bottom hand. It's not their natural move. So we can build it up and get it closer, but most of them are a lot more dominant, and you'll see a lot of those guys, there should be a lot of hook barrels, because this is happening. And you can generate okay from here, but this will still be a lot better. But you have to work with that their body doesn't work right, their back leg isn't as strong to carry moves, and things are going to be a little bit off. So you have to kind of go very slowly and accept that they might get to what you might consider, ideal standards, but their bodies work a little differently. So that's why in the gym, a lot more work on trying to strengthen left side, strengthen moves. And as you guys know, it's not going to happen overnight, but it will make a difference. But one thing happens is just like with the front side move, on a righty-lefty, they'll completely lose the backside. Once it takes over, the backside is going to relinquish because it's, in at least here, I can have a little bit of a dogfight. But you'll find they will be completely front side. Make sense? You're really trying to get our hands and everything past the ball and just try to get it out in front and just stay through it various ways with a stick move or all the way around, but really trying to keep this from turning over. The tough thing is we're wired to hit the ball. So a lot of guys immediately will do this. You'll see the barrel start moving up here to try and get to the ball, whereas all you want to see is the hand move. Way to get thrown under the bus, coach. Choke up a little bit, a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, right there. Just take some warm-up swings, let the hand guide the way. Did that barrel go down, or is the hand getting here, or the hand staying here? Right down your belt line, right down your belt line. Better, right down your belt line. Okay, now all you have to do is, I don't care if you hit the bar or not, but same move. Go. Okay, do you feel yourself go to control the barrel?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go. So at the last minute, what did your body try to do?
And when I told myself, don't worry about it, at the very end, I want to hit the ball.
Yeah. Go. Fire. See if you can get your hand so far ahead, it's just going to be nice and easy. Go. Again, go. Fire. The other thing you want to feel is that the right hand never stops. Ready? All coming. Go. Actually, go to 50-50. My bad. Go ahead, start with 50-50. That's a dirty trick. Ready? Go to 50-50. Okay, so explain real quick. I got caught up in the moment. We started 50-50 because that allows us to just go ahead and stabilize and like, okay, here's the move. So basically, I did him in reverse. It was much easier to control and get used to the move from here to set it to let it happen. And when we're doing it in articulated motion as if we're swinging, it gets a little bit more complicated, so we have to do it backwards. I apologize. We're going to set the 50-50 and do it. Go. More hand, less barrel. You know what I mean? Go. Human nature. Go. Good. How's it feel?
That one felt a lot better.
Okay, let's see, just for fun, time constraints, we're going to try it under regular motion.
Regular motion?
Yeah. Go. Better. One more. Go. So the key being, and we're just trying to kind of work a little bit, particularly most people are going to be front side hitters. Most people are going to be pulling the ball off with their front side and battling to add backside that more positions of imbalance.
I usually,
We did that for years, 15 years ago, but I realized
that's what I used to do.
the one thing a hitter has to have an intimate relationship with is the ground.
Back, so I noticed it.
We've got to feel that ground, we've got to feel it right. Because if I'm swinging from imbalance, I think my body's compensating in the wrong manner to address the fact I'm out of balance. So at the very least, I want to be well grounded and then make my moves. That is not to say that if somebody feels that they're doing a drill and it works for the hitter, I have nothing to say but good things as long as they're being able to develop a good A-swing. We had a group last night talking, and there's the magic mailbox drill or something somebody saw, and if that works for some hitter, okay. And hitting coaches can be pretty creative in developing methods, but again, sometimes those methods are made to accommodate mechanics or body moves that would be quite a bit of contradiction to what we want to see. And once again, I want to see this not because in any way, shape, or form it's mine. This is just the way the body works. So I'm comfortable working along this line. As I've said, as long as we're working forward from this point, it's going to make a big difference. I thought it was really great when you hear Matt and Ron talk about their bodies and feels and everything else, because that's the kind of communication we need with our players. We're going to probably have a better idea of our body because as we get older, we've probably got a little idea of the feel and certain things. So don't expect your young players, and some of your best athletes may not feel things. So we've got to be able to work through the process with them and get them an idea of like, this is how we need to work. Sound good so far? Let me consult. Add a notepad here. Like is we have selfie videos. When we work with a player and there's a moment, there's something going on, I'll actually take the phone and do a selfie and have the hitter explain to me what they're feeling. And that gives them an opportunity that they can get that, and at that point in time, that could be relevant. And it's funny because if you do this, if we work, sometimes our professional hitters are working many days in a row, they might come back and say, well, you know what, I felt that, it actually need to do this. So it becomes part of the building block. But I feel that if they can say how they're feeling and address it and they have it, it's just another tool they can use. We've talked a lot about the ideas and ideals that we see in our hitting, and then you hear things like separation. Does everybody know what separation kind of looks like? All right? Separation is generally some move back here, and once again, violates to me the law of balance when my hands go back. But you've got to realize that separation will definitely take away your lower half power and will take you off plane early. The only thing move from separation is you can only bring the barrel to the ball. Because if I'm separated out, how do I get to the ball? This front shoulder has to pull first. And so the only way I'm getting to the ball is I'm going to get to the ball in a very small zone, flat bat, anything like that. But at least from position of balance, I can make that little move. Now if you notice with Eddie, when he's able to just make that move with the right hand, long direct path. So even if you hit the ball or not, as long as you've got the feeling of moving the path, we're good. Now if I take a regular sized bat, it's like I said, about 8 ounces heavier, I have very limited work with this because now the weight is going to become a factor over time. So I can't do this a lot. That's why you want something just a little bit lighter. And it's not a bat that we're going to take BP with, but we'll do drill work with it, flip work, you know. But again, the key is we still want to get the same feeling of being able to move and kind of build the road that we're going to follow. Yeah. Any questions so far? Cass, no questions?
When do you, I remember when I visited Kurt in the winter, a kid had just come back from working with you.
Big Austin?
Yeah, Austin.
Yeah.
He flattened, you had flattened him out.
Yes. Why?
I don't remember, and I'm asking why. Why did you decide to do that?
Okay. Based on his hitting, and again, he has big front, he's a very strong young man, had a lot of this going on. What this move does is allows this to happen late. If he's up here, this is early. So what I'm doing his move is here, so at least when it engaged here, and I got a shot. But if it engages early, I'm in a lot of work. And he was strong enough to be able to, I mean, he's a home run leader, 2 years running at his junior college. But in the long run, is being able to prepare to handle everything. We had to clean it up a little bit. A lot of people have a go-to with this, you know, different variants. But the one thing I want to see is also is when we're up here, it's kind of more direct moves down, because a lot of people make this move rather than this move. And I want to try and think I'm going to carry moves, you know. And we talk about if I am going to make a big move, if you've got a guy making a pretty big move, that move can't happen until you're moving forward. We cannot make a move static, anywhere near a pedestal or anything near no movement. So if I'm going to make a big move, make it as I'm going forward, because just the movement there will put me in a more athletic position because the body's carrying balance again. But again, there is an element where you kind of see what works and what are the easiest fixes that he can hold on to. If a guy's struggling for hours, a couple of days, doing something, it's like, we have to think of another way to beat this. I hope that makes a little sense.
So I've got a kid who started for us as a freshman shortstop, and he's a great athlete. And maybe this will make sense. But he's got fantastic hand-eye coordination. Mm-hmm. Right? I don't think I've seen him swing and miss very often. But his whole life, because I asked him this the other day, because like he hits a ton of ground balls at shortstop. And up to this point, he had gotten on. And he was like, well, if I hit to the shortstop, I'm safe, right? And so he doesn't get any sort of this. Like it's like that. And immediately it's around. So for him, I know that we've talked about this is bad, but this, I mean, he's like this at foot plant. And he makes a ton of contact because he can't. Like he's got good hand. He doesn't swing and miss. He's got really good, bat to ball skills. But how can I help him with that? Because he feels like this, he gets really stuck.
Okay.
So that's kind of the opposite of what you usually see,
Right.
which is, we have to train to get back in here. But he's the opposite, and he's the only kid I've
Okay, Matt,
worked with.
how would you fix him?
I mean, like, typically in the past, fundamentally would be like looking for boxes. And I can't remember.
Coming up.
I think it was you, Garrett, where we were talking about like that 3-dimensional box.
Yeah.
From 2 dimensions, like here, here, and here. But now with like a little bit of clearance here, then now that box can turn into a 3-dimensional box,
Right.
to create some space
Work
for
out of the
this to
box.
work. So it seems to me like if I start to get up into this position, that maybe I can look at a box from only one angle. It still could be there, but definitely not from the clearance here, Steve.
Okay. I think the box is actually the answer. Now let's try this. Carry the box. Carry the box.
Yeah.
Carry the box. Carry your hands. Carry the hands.
Like neutral.
Absolutely. And again, it's not that I'm actually cleaning up. So we have lots of terms. Some guys say walk away from your hands. Some guys say carry your hands. It's actually pretty close to the same move. But it's really about just being able to get to a good position, right? Or we can use the same concept on the other ones we use. the idea of a post, and this is kind of a weird one. It's like I'm holding on to my backside, okay? But remember, it's moving, so I'm not holding on back here. It's like I'm holding on to my backside. And then, like I said, I would just have him work that little, just this little move over and over to feel that. But like I said, space, the box, these are huge, simple things, but they're huge concepts. And a hitter can tell you, it's like, oh, I lost space. And that's a good saying, okay, keep space, make space. Some guys will make space away and can handle it because that's where their body will work, the mobility of their shoulders and angles. And some guys will be a little bit tighter. So that's why you got to find, okay, how can you work to repeat and be as consistent as you can? But in that case, if you can learn to carry space, good. The other thing to think about is, a lot of times you hear me say, put a little right hand rhythm in. Light hands, feel a little right hand rhythm. Not this, just this. Because I never want this front side activating. So I might make a rhythm here. Everybody's rhythm is a little bit different. Some guys, you never know what they're going to do. But you find something that works, and then that kind of puts them in probably a better position.
But not bottom hand rhythm.
I've never seen that work. People have asked me, well, hey, what's my rhythm? I don't know. But here's the thing we try to do.
I didn't want to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
I see a right-handed throw. Do you do that anymore?
The throwing drill?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And a lot of that's just, and again, but we don't cheat that drill. A lot of times, like I said, you can just, put a ball in his hand, and you can either just get here and throw and feel that, throwing underneath the box, throwing underneath space, or, you can get the idea of having a ping pong ball or a crumple paper actually on the bat and get the idea of throwing.
Is that Uribe?
It was Uribe. And it's interesting because Craig Wallenbrock went out to White Sox camp. And Uribe, I can't imagine this because Craig doesn't speak a lick of Spanish, and the guys weren't really sure what Uribe spoke anyway. The Latino guys would say, we don't understand what he's saying, we just wait till you stop and we say whatever we want to say. But Craig crumpled up, he got frustrated and crumpled up a paper drinking cup, put it on the bat, and Uribe got the hang. I remember Uribe was a shortstop at that point, so he understood this move. So Uribe goes out in the spring training game, drops 2 bombs, and loves it. And it's funny because April, I'm looking at Uribe in a game, middle of the season. I see this something taped on his bat, right? He's got the thing taped on his bat. Eventually, they told me he had to take it off. But again, that was a feeling cue that worked for him. Okay, but the other thing is, like I said, throwing drills are good as long as we don't cheat. You say, how do you throw? My hand's never going to get there, so I don't get hit from there. So it's being able to just generate, that top hand. Really good for lefties, the righty lefties, because their left hand doesn't know how to work. So you get there and you get used to trying to do that.
For your top hand stuff, do you ever do it underneath the lead arm angle?
Every now and then, and well, you're going back, huh?
Dude,
We used to do
held
T.
on to the stuff I got in the 300.
I love it. We used to do a T drill with the top hand, where we'd actually leave the hand over the ball and hit, and try to do that to try to disengage, or actually just start taking swings underneath, because what you find, it kind of keeps this from yanking around. Thousands of variants.
Yeah, you had me go to a 50-50 and grab the net and shoot under. And that one helped a bunch.
Yeah, Luis Ortiz, I posted that, did it with Joey Gallo in spring training where he puts his arm across and then throws balls underneath Oppo to get that path.
Yeah, because he's a righty lefty.
Yeah, exactly. He's already left.
That makes sense.
Yeah. There's, like I said, and there's a ton of drills out there. But the funny thing is, you better have 3 or 4 or 5, 6, 7, and be ready to invent 10 more, because sometimes a guy gets a drill, sometimes he doesn't. When's the time for drill, when's the time for feel. But again, with the younger kids, it's also a matter of, I hate to say it, it has to matter how long we have their attention span. We talked about the moves to 50-50. Being able to make that move to 50-50 may not necessarily be the easiest move. Go to 50-50? What was your trigger?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Like
So
the
now,
first
this will be the difficult part. And that is probably 99.95% people.
Yeah, I've seen it before, guys, too, because I do the same thing.
Yeah. So now what you're going to do is just try to find backside trigger.
Okay.
To help on this drill, I'm going to tell you to keep, once you go, keep flat-footed though. Okay? Go. Stay in your flat feet. Keep that back foot down. Go. A little better, right? A little better. Was it as much as the first one we stopped on?
No.
Okay. Bring that back forearm. Keep the feet flat, please. The reason I'm doing that is to try and, I'm trying to clean the body, move up, just for the.
Believe it or not, I've done that quite a bit. One of the times I
yeah.
hit with like actually, doing that,
Go. Okay, stay there, do not move, absolutely freeze. Okay, now, is your body in good position to launch? Or is there tension in your body? So the first thing I'm going to do is going to make a little correction. Right there, right there, right there, right there, got it? Okay, hold that, and you're going to fire from here, you're going to fire from there, from that, got it?
sorry.
That's okay. How did the move feel?
Better.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, if you're cast, we gotta like talk you off the edge, but no, that was okay. Go. Relax that back elbow, yeah. Okay. Now, getting the feel, you're starting to get started. Now, don't worry about what the burrow does. Now, just think hand and elbow down the line. Don't worry about contact. Right, nice and relaxed. Okay. Now, you can see when the ball comes off the bat at this angle and I'm leaving it, I went down there with the barrel.
Yeah.
The minute I go to the barrel, my front side's going to open. See what happens?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I have to do is just feel completion, line, and elbow through everything in direction. Getting better, getting closer. Soften the shoulder too. There we go. Fire underneath. Feel the progression?
Yep.
Okay. Now you're going to do right drill and let the backside follow. Or actually, right drill, scissor. I mean, trigger drill, scissor.
Okay.
Okay. Ready? 50-50. Scissor. Left hand?
Fair.
Yep. Yeah,
Fair.
good.
Fair.
Beautiful. See? You got it going on now. Go.
You know how far in that ball was?
No.
It was like 4 inches off the lip at least.
Go.
Want to go here?
Yep. Great. Awesome. This is great reference because you feel it now. Okay? Instead of being here, turn back to your space. Make space a rectangular box. Is it a rectangular box? No, because I'm out here in a triangle, right? Make it more of a rectangular box. Carry space.
How does he make a rectangular box without it going to the shoulder?
Well, here's the key.
Without me going to my shoulder.
Okay, so you see this?
You go to your front one.
You see where he's at?
Yeah, so I just.
This is automatically to feed, this will automatically feed the shoulder when I'm out here. Look at my hands, right? I'm going that way. That's shoulder. So here, under shoulder. So that's where you kind of want to just make this adjustment, something more in here. You guys can get in a line and work underneath, that's fine, but
What'll keep him from not doing this?
okay?
Well, no,
So-
I just did that. Like,
just
as,
did that?
as he started walking up here.
Read his front elbow. Where's his
Okay.
front elbow pointed? Okay? So he's going to find a way to kind of get that elbow in hand to get more this way. Up. It might actually be easier for some of his other hitters. Go. Beautiful. Better, better. Good. Go. A little bit outside of it. Feel it? Fix this, fix that, fix this. It's trying to get out to diagonal, start over.
Here.
Yeah, the hands went out to triangle. Yeah. Yeah, now soften that, good. The last piece is coming soon. Go. Fire that right hand out. Good. Good. Go. Right hand. Go. High finish. Relax another 2 notches. Drop everything, all pressure off. Finish high. Go. Left hand or right hand?
I don't know.
Left hand. Tiring, isn't it?
Yeah, that's too.
Yes. That's the thing we have to take, remember, there's a lot of mental fatigue that goes in because we're really working to feel our body and straining. And at a certain point, we get to the point where we just kind of have to like relax into it.
Yeah, I'm starting to really know where I think it feels like.
I believe that. At the very least, you feel less left hand.
Yeah, definitely. That's interesting. All right.
Go. How nice did that come up with that?
About as good as it could.
Go. Okay, take a break. Lots of fatigue work in there, right?
Yeah.
So remember, like, so here's the good thing, is I know it sounds bad, but it's going to be easier to work with your kids because they have less ingrained memories and patterns, and you've competed. So back in your mind is that, you know, what they call the lizard brain or the primitive brain or something. And when we compete, we're going back to what we used to know.
Yeah.
The bare minimum, right? So it's like, then we start thinking about this progression of how we're trying to do things. But it got there.
But how they still apply.
Let them go. If they fit in, they fit in. But see, then we're trying to like, it's like, trying to like mix and match things rather than
Well,
just.
yeah, I agree. But the first time that I hit right-handed was like a deeper contact than I felt on my left hand.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I know I want to hit more out front than what I did when it was deeper.
Yeah. But it still felt good. What happened?
No, it was definitely on the front of my body, but then I had the back side.
So when you get down, now set up right like this. Yeah, drop your butt. Yeah, drop right down. Okay, but get forward behind that leg. More. Now drop. Okay. Good. Now maintain. Don't let that front leg brace. The
So-
key is swing through and maintain the bend in that front knee.
So this is, we're training,
We're training basically to get the body used to being able to go from here and hit and keep that back. So get your 50-50, then set the right. Now right now your 50-50 is your head's too far forward, sit it back, get your balance and then set right. But you are going to be more behind the front leg on this one. Sit, close enough. Don't let it brace.
yeah, early brace?
Don't keep that front knee back.
That's right. I remember now.
Don't let it brace. You see how that's wiring, man. Yeah. And all you try to do is teach your body how we can work. Go ahead. More.
That's brace. So
Yep.
ideally I should be,
Yeah. Go and let it kick, scissor, move. Remember, that's not indigenous to your swing.
right? This is on full.
Yeah. It's not that you're fooled. I'm adjusting.
That was better.
Yeah, a little bit more bend.
More
So, yeah, no, it's fine. I said you had a little more bend. Set it. Now, the last couple swings feel a little different too, don't they?
Yeah, it feels more through.
Yeah.
I feel.
More. Don't worry about the result.
Okay.
Okay, no regular, just take a swing. Go.
Shoulders.
Did you feel the brace?
No, I didn't. What I did.
That's good. No, no worries. Just questioning. Go. Yeah, there you go. Bury that. Get in that back heel. Stay in it. Go. How relaxed can you be? Drop your hands 3 more inches. Go. Better. Okay, start over. Drop your hand 3 inches. Let's see that right hand work.
That was like 50% less effort. Same sound?
Better sound. Go off them. Go.
See? Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it's tension free, but.
Yeah.
Do they always know? Did they always before?
Go.
Take
a break.
Bar. Oh, yeah, we just.
Feel the difference?
Down there, just, yep, from here.
I'm not saying it's an exact science. And again, the drill is only that which kind of gives us an opportunity to
Right drill's hard.
make a change. Oh, really? I didn't say